I was pop whipping wrists on another rhythm. I like that one song. Bluetooth. Yup. So yeah, we gonna do this all over again. Shouts out. Got the fireside chat with Brandon West of West West Clothing happening any minute to celebrate uh, the pending release of 6ix9ine Malik's XX Hilarity, Technology, and Sex, the sixth comedy album of Anye Malik, yours truly. He's one of my collaboration or one of my promotional partners. So we're going to just have a chop it up. He's of West West Clothing. He's been rocking with me. We've been rocking with each other for quite some time. Okay, I think I got him on the line. Oh, man, prayer. Let's see what they talking about. 6ix9ine Malik's XX Hilarity, Technology, and Sex, available July 1st, but now available for pre-order. And by getting the pre-order, you get access to some collaboration designs of yours truly and West West, Anye Malik West West collab collection. We have on the line Brandon West.
Yes.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. He's like, yes, I am on the line.
I am on the line.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do all that shit over again because I deleted that first shit. You know, we had to work. We had a technical hiccup before everything, and I was even better explaining the project and our collaboration style or our collaboration on this particular project. Even in bringing you in and introducing you just now a little bit better than I had done a moment ago.
I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, man. And I appreciate you, brother. And then like I'm talking about this project, but we've been rocking for a minute, and so you know, we've been actually linked up at least a decade. You know what I'm saying? I moved out here in '08, and I think he was like one of the first people I immediately tapped in with. And so that's through comedy that how we met. But over the years, you know, you still a comedian, but you've been, you know, your clothing line that you've been doing has really been taking off. And I'm, you know, I'm curious. I want to know like your journey and how you really got started in clothing, and then how, like, you know, how you started to accelerate it to the next level, man. But really, how you started and made that transition from comedy to a clothier. Clothier.
So yeah, it was definitely through comedy. So I started out as a comedian, and then as I was starting to get a little bit better, getting a little bit longer legs, started going out on like little city not tours, but little city gigs over, you know, all around Los Angeles, but outside the city to try to get some money. And basically, when I started seeing people and seeing what they were doing, they were selling merch. Merch is the game. Like that's like probably 70%. You go out there for like, you know, X amount of dollars, you can make a double, triple that just off your merch. So at the time, I was going out and I had my little cousin with me. He just came from Ohio. He moved in with me, and he was just out of high school, and he wanted something to do. So I was like, he was just trying to figure out his way. So I was like, you know what? I need to do merch. Everybody's telling me to do merch. So I'm just like, fuck it. Let's just start a clothing line together. Let's just start a clothing line and started out that way. That at that point, it was just really about just trying to make a shirt. You know, we both were heavy into hip hop. You know, we're both like in the culture and stuff like that. So we just wanted to make something dope, and then we started out with design. And we're both last name West, so we just called it West West. And so I had it. I had the idea and the concept and the shirts for probably about like 10 years, and then we have one design, and then it was like stagnant. That's how it just kind of like how it goes. I was caught up in comedy and life and doing this other shit, and then probably about, I want to say about 5 or 6 years ago, somebody from my hometown hit me up and was like, hey man, I haven't talked to him in years, and he was just like, hey, let me get one of the shirts or whatever. So I had to dig in the box, try to find like, you know, where find something. Like, I had a box of these unused shirts, so I just like
Mhm.
sent him a couple, and then he started posting the shit. And then as he started posting it, people started asking me again, "Where is this at? Like where's your shirts at? Where's your blah blah blah?" And it kind of started back up again. And then people posted, and I started posting, and then like people started redoing it. So then it kind of like kick-started it, and then I was like, let me see if I could actually make a run at this. Like, and on top of that, like, I mean, like, I like clothes and stuff like that, and I was just like, man, why am I spending all this money on these clothes or shirts and shit? And I was like, when I have my own company, I ain't fucking with. And so basically, I started engaging little by little, and like just posting relentlessly, and just like it almost became, at this point, it's almost it became like my identity in Westwood Clothing kind of fixed as far as like on social media and shit. And so as the more I put in it, the more I got out of it. Just like comedy, it's just like the more you put in it, and the more you're fucking just posting and don't know if somebody's gonna see it or not, and it just started snowballing. And then as I started getting serious with it, I started getting better. I started getting better at it. Started putting more money in like prints and production and stuff like that. And then that led me up to about like last year, which was my best year, and that was my first collection. And then like from there on, I just kept kicking it in. But it was just all of it. It was just putting in the work.
Well, let me ask, what was the piece that you designed that really? Because a lot of times it be creatively that make us feel like it's something that like we could do, that's like, oh shit, we got to make this. We like once this gets out, they're gonna go nuts over this. What was the piece that you designed that made you say that I might have to be fucking with clothes long term after this one?
I'll be honest with you. It was it's probably the piece that you have on right now, the Breathe piece.
Oh shit, the Marlboro, yeah.
Yeah. Once I did that and realized like just that was once I did that and I saw the placement on the front and the placement on the back, and I was just like, okay. And I knew that I could like mix pop culture and then something like swaggy and have a meaning to it. I was like, all right, like that's when I saw. And when not when when I saw that, but when I really knew is when other people wore it, and I was like, oh, okay, that looks.
And actually, that's the shirt. That's actually the shirt that I feature. That's the shirt that I feature on the album cover.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Let me pull this album cover up. I'm gonna pull the album cover up. Cause I should have been did that, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah. Cause I'm wearing the shirt, right? I wear the shirt because I was fucking with the shirt before you had it printed when I saw the design for it. You didn't even have it out.
Yeah.
And I was at your trap. I was at your trap. But this is the album artwork. That's the album cover. That's the shirt right there that I got on right there. And yeah, man, that's a dope design. Yeah, like I said, I remember when I saw it.
You were at me for fucking like a minute because you saw the design. He was like, man, when's that shirt coming out? And I was just like, and sometimes the process takes a long time, but yeah, that's one of the ones that's like very, like people know that shirt, people like that shirt. And it still holds its weight. And that's when I saw it, and I knew that okay, this could be something. Like, so that's when it like kind of turned the corner. So I was like, all right, let me just go in and like really try to do this for real.
Yeah, man. Man, I had a whole design of a photo shoot for that. Actually, that outfit that I got in the cover of the artwork is based on the outfit that I wore of your shirt. Yeah. My little Getty image, you know what I'm saying? My little my little Getty. It was based on that outfit because there's a joke that I tell in that performance. That's kind of like a mood right there. You know what I mean? That kind of captures a mood, even though the concept of the album 6ix9ine Malik XX is like this half cyborg in the future. It's based on this drip. You know what I'm saying? That drip, like, you know what I mean? That's me, Sundance, whatever color carpet.
Yeah. Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Step and repeat.
But hey, I gotta say thank you for that's my first Getty image at Sundance. Period. That's the first thing. Like that.
But you've been seeing, and that's the other thing too. Like even when you had earlier designs, you would give me a shirt just for me to take pictures and post on my Instagram.
Yeah.
So I knew once I was gonna go somewhere that was like a real event,
yeah,
I was gonna for sure give that back and be like. And when I went to a party at Sundance, hella motherfuckers was like, where'd you get this shirt? Whose shirt is that? What shirt is that? And the pink pants was really killing it too. So it was just like, you know what I mean? With the red bands, it was just like it was like I was really representing. I was really, you know what I'm saying? I had to really put it up for you folks. You know what I mean?
Man. No, I appreciate that, man. Just to do that and like I figured that you were gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna wear this to Sunday. I didn't know you were gonna wear it on the carpet. And I didn't know it was gonna bring a Getty image and all that. So like, man, dude, just to know that we've been, you know, shit damn near a decade and then to come full circle around like that, and it's just like, I mean, you could have worn anything on there. And like, so I really appreciate that, man. That's like that's big.
Well, I almost couldn't have worn anything on there, to be honest with you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I almost couldn't in good conscience, being the kind of brother that I am and my sort of type of code of upbringing. It's like, you know, I have to put somebody's shit on. I would have to be conscious of that decision. That. You know what I mean? And then to have a homie who's been lacing me with the shirts, like that's like LL and Fubu. You know what I'm saying? You remember how he was like in the Gap commercial with the Fubu hat rapping about for us, by us on the low. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? That was a whole, like, if you knew, you knew. That was like the first if you know moment. And I was like, how did they let that happen? But it was like, how could he not let that happen? It's like, hey, I give a fuck y'all paying me for this Gap shit. Y'all gonna fuck with my Fubu niggas. That's, you know, 100 whether you want to or not. You know what I'm saying? It's for us, by us. Yeah, Gap, for us, by us. So, yeah, I'm out here in these places, in these spaces. But, you know, I also bring the weight of who fucks with me and who I represent too. So, you know what I mean? I'm definitely even honored to be able to fucks with that, you know?
No, hell yeah, man. And then like I just appreciate that, but furthermore, I don't know if you touched on it because I just like stepped in. Like, first of all, congratulations, you on 1 million streams. You hit
man.
Yeah, man. Come on,
thank you, man.
Yeah.
Well, that was like something I was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I really just kind of kept that to myself for a while. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. I mean, I just started announcing it recently, but yeah.
And what album number is this?
This is the 6th album.
6.
This will be this is the 6th album. My most recent album, The Sacrament, though, I released last year.
Come on, boy.
My last album, The Sacrament, though, I released July 5th of last year. And this is the first album I've ever done where I'm experimenting with singles and that kind of a rollout of a type of release. And even something like this where I'm linking up with collaborators and like having it where if you pre-sale, you get promo codes and shit like that. Like, this is the first time I've really stepped off into that kind of movement. And so this was that kind of feels exciting.
No, yeah, it's definitely it tells what I feel like. Just explain what you explained it to me yesterday. It feels like you are picking up the jewels of just dealing with business and being in professional situations that you're in. You're picking up how to move and you're bringing it back, and then you're teaching what was taught. So like, you know, that's dope. Like because you're moving like basically like a label and shit. Well,
you know, it's funny, man. Like how you was talking about the necessity for merch. I knew, you know, as a comedian also that I was going to need some merch also. And, you know, I didn't want to get off into the t-shirt game, and not like a knock on anybody that moves in the directions. I was like, I don't want to have to be a fashion designer to be a comedian, even though I have to be an actor to be a comedian or a writer to be a comedian, all these other things to be a comedian. I didn't want to get into clothes, but I need merch. So that's when I was like, well, you know, I've always been the type of dude. I used to sell my homies CDs in the parking lot. You know what I mean? And I had a verse on it, so it's our mixtape. You know what I mean? And I was like that type of dude that would be busting it down, like in the parking lot. So it wasn't like that inconceivable to me to have my comedy on a CD. You know, so this is like 2012 before we eviscerated CDs, before we got rid of it. But I also knew about digital distribution, so I would have both. And really to have it digitally distributed was so that in the event that somebody says I don't have cash or I only use iTunes, I'll be like, bam, it's over there right there. Just get it right there, and that's good. We good. You can just get it on your thing right there. And it was about merch. And then it became about, like, you know, the development of these albums. Because a lot of it is like, you know, you want these releases is like once you tell these jokes and release them, it's like you get to move on and tell other types of jokes, or you get to think about the next album. So it became about the concepts of these albums. And now I'm like, you know, now that I'm on the cylinder of thinking about concepts of albums, now I'm thinking about sort of rollouts and implementations of marketing and promotion strategies. And I have no real experience in that. So I'm treating like open mic. You know what I mean? Like open micing. I'm open micing this marketing and promotional strategy. And you know what I mean? I've already been kind of haphazardly fucking with motherfuckers already. We already being cross promoting. So why not, you know, implement that on like a grander scale? You know what I mean? Especially since I've been on Orchard, you know, or been distributed by Orchard and Mad Records for a minute. So, you know, that's, man. But it comes back to merch. It all comes back to the merch, basically. And the publishing basically is the merch too.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's funny that, like, you say you're treating it like an open mic, because I feel like that is just how, like, as far as a comedian, that is how, I mean, that's how I understand things. It's just like, you know that you're going to start out and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know you're going to make mistakes, and you know that it's not going to be as good as it's going to be later on, but you keep doing it. And I feel like that's something that we just get instilled as comics, because when you're doing open mics and you're just starting out, man, there's a fucking million reasons why you should stop. Or not, like that if you weren't strong enough, that you would stop. There's a million excuses to say, oh man, this ain't working, man, fuck these motherfuckers.
Right.
They playing me. But once you break through that and you figure out that, man, all you gotta do is just keep working and figure it out for yourself, ain't no way can stop you doing nothing.
Man, you could break through that and still be going through some of them tropes in your mind.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, man, I feel that, man. So what's coming up? So we even had this collab. This collab we was talking about was like a inkling also type of thing that kind of just was like beginning of the year. It was something we said we possibly could do. Yeah. And it was like something like the quarantine or some shit like this is supposed to slow all this shit down. You know what I mean? It's supposed to slow albums down. It's supposed to slow, you know, it's supposed to slow clothing stuff down in a sense. You know, how dope is that we were still able to bring something to fruition that was just like we should do a cross promo. I should do it with the album. And I was really planning this way down the line, but now because of the quarantine, you know, I'm like, well, shit, we might as well push it up. It's like I could do this. I've been like, before Zoom shows, not like long before Zoom shows, but like a week before Zoom shows, I was like, oh yeah, I'll do this over Twitch. You know what I'm saying? And it could still incorporate my folks because it's all digital. Like, how dope is that? To get
and it's dope because it's like for real. Like when we were talking about this at the beginning of the year, nobody knew anything about quarantine shutting down and nothing. And then it was just like, I honestly think that it's just a hustler's mentality, because I didn't really. I mean, when I was in it, when it first started, I was like, man, I don't know about dropping, you know, this collection. And then after after just like, man, now I gotta start drumming up, and then you just get more focused because you got more time. And it's just funny that we dropped around, like, you gotta think, we talked about this in January, and we both dropped around the same time. I'm only like a week in my collection too, like
oh, okay,
yeah. So like I just dropped like a week ago, and then you drop, and then that wasn't even coordinated. That was just like, I mean, we work. I mean, you got time. What else you gonna do? It's like
Yeah.
to like, man, you can't just sit here and get stale.
I mean, you know, it's a lot of television. It's a lot of
Yeah.
bingeable shows out there. It's a lot of
Well,
stuff that's entertaining to get caught up in, you
yeah.
know.
That works for
But
about a
yeah.
week or so, and then it's like you used to moving, man.
Yeah.
You used to. I don't feel right not moving, and so it's like kind of like, let me start doing this, and then I honestly think that like just when you have that mentality, you just can't sit still. You can try to, you can watch some shit, and then like after a while, you're gonna start, man, what if I start doing this, and that leads to this and this and this and this and this, and before you know it, you be like, man, why wait? And,
Well, shit, I recorded the set like March 17th actually, which was like early in the shit. I think that was like 2 days into the stay-at-home order, I think.
yeah,
You know, and I kind of low-key, yeah, already knew I was gonna be aiming for something like a July release. That's if I was lucky. I was probably thinking everything was gonna get delayed until about August, but man, I'll be damned if shit didn't just really just move as quick as it did. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And so, like, to even have this kind of set into place, I'm a little, you know, behind on like, you know, how I would want to roll out this pre-sales and shit like that, because we're not pre-sale, it's pre-save. It's not even, you don't even buy it. It's like you already subscribe to the shit. You just put it in there early so you can have it in there early, so I get playlisted early, or you know what I'm saying, how you have it on the woo wop.
yeah.
And so, you know, even that, like, damn, man, I want to come into them types of, oh man. So for the next time, it's like I can do other things, you know. But definitely one of them things I've been trying out was the music tracks, you know. And with this project is like totally not totally in relation to quarantine, but it's totally the concept of the project that I had in mind with quarantine as a character player. You know what I mean? Like quarantine itself is a character in this story that I already kind of had. You know, the visuals will be released soon. I haven't really put the comic illustrations out yet, but yeah, this was like all in. The quarantine kind of made it more appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Because we was already talking about a bandana on the face too.
Yeah.
And so now it's like just a face mask. It's like ah ha ha.
Yeah. Just that is like just all right. Let's roll.
Right.
we already got the bricks laid for that.
Yeah, man. And so, and then to even have the masks available in addition. So we got the collab with the design of my character face with the West mask, and then I also got my mask available under the collection.
Yes, you do.
And so yeah, and by fucking with the pre-sales, you also get promo codes for percentage off of those items as well. So that's definitely worth fucking with and checking out.
Yep.
And that's like even some like, that's like that's like a crazy thing that me as a person is able to do. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I could do that. That's tight. You know what I mean? And can even spread that around to be like, oh yeah. And while you fucking with my shit, just for fucking with my shit, come over here early.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, man, I'm really feeling that. I'm really feeling that. I'm thinking I might do something where it might be like we put an item under the collection where it's that sweater. It'll be that sweater, but for like $150, you get that sweater, a mask, and a digital USB, like a bundle thing.
Oh yeah.
That'll be like also, it'll be like maybe 150 or two. We'll discuss the pricing and the breakdown because of the production of them USBs. But I mean, we'll make it out. Man, I think, you know what I'm saying, Nipsey Hussle is one of them cats that inspired me a long time ago as well to make albums. Because I was listening to Nipsey Hussle around 2010, 11, 12. Actually, once I like immediately moved out here, that was the first mixtape I bought at the liquor store. I was staying on Slauson and Overhill, and the liquor store right there.
Oh, you did.
As an Oakland, as like I said, the type of person who would be selling CDs in places, I would love seeing motherfuckers with their shit on consignment.
Yeah.
And so when I seen it at the liquor store, I'm like, oh, definitely, let me get that too. And I'm listening to it, and it's slapping, and I love it and appreciate it. And then he did his marathons, and the marathons really had me really feeling like, oh man, I could really do some other shit, like really put the game on like this. But then he did the Crenshaw shit, right?
Mm.
With the $100 mixtapes, and you get all this apparel and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I think, what I'm saying, having those availabilities and inspirations, I definitely want to big up Nipsey Hussle, man.
All that, yeah.
And my forever appreciation. Yeah, I had the opportunity to express that to him in person, man. And that shit is eternal, man. Like the valuable gems that not even just in the music. The music was what had me there. Like the marathon music, like the them 2 albums was like so motivational. It got me on my shit. But then the moves that he would be making, like I said, I look at observe the actions. You know what I mean? The actions and the things of these natures. And so like looking at that has been like super beneficial. And like I thanked him for the albums. I thanked him for the marathons, but I never really, had the opportunity to even fully implement the moves that I saw him make that I definitely especially admired. And that's definitely one of them too. That would be like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People be proud to pay because they fucks with my comedy and they know, I'm underrated. And, they got it like that. It's like a badge of honor for them to fuck with this shit. And so, yeah, they'll get that and they'll get the shirt. They'll get the whole little bundle package and it'll be like, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have never thought to do nothing like that had it not been for Nipsey Hussle. And so I definitely want to take a pause in our chat, our fireside. Our fireside chat. To big up Nipsey Hussle, man, and rise in eternity, man.
100%.
So you got the new collection. What's available in the new collection?
Well, I'm dropping them in spurts. I just dropped the first pack of the collection, which dropped last week. And so then I'm gonna run it up again. July 2nd, I'm gonna drop the second part to collection 2. So right now you're seeing the West Ink and the Fly and the Anye Malik and those colorways, and then the Trust No One shirts and sweatshirts that you see on my website at westwestclothing.com. But I'm gonna bring some other stuff out July 2nd. I'm gonna bring some hoodies out, different colorways, and a couple of new different articles that I'm about to put out that's going to be out there. And I'm going to hit them with that. And then after that, I'm probably wait another couple of weeks or something like that, and then I'll do my last installment of it. And that'll be all like probably July 2nd is the second installment, and then the end of July will be the third. And then we'll just rock with that and then just see with that. And then we might mix it up with different colors and with different bundles, like you're saying. So, but yeah, just keeping it trying to keep it fresh, keep it moving, man.
July 2nd is your next rollout?
Yeah.
So I got so the album is coming out July 1st. I think we got them bandanas. We got some other bandana, the collab bandana.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's coming too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and this is like, I feel like, to be honest, it's a lot to start up, like what you're doing, what I'm doing. But what we're doing, first of all, it's a dope collaboration because we've been fucking with each other on different projects for fucking years. So
ages,
like years.
Hell long.
Go back and check the Carfax, man. There's a bunch of shit. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit. Not just shows, just everything. So. I think that this is a good. I think it's a good collaboration that we got going on. But what I was saying is, it's like, man, the second part of like even starting is just keeping that shit up, keep pushing it up, keep holding it up on both ends, and to just see where it goes, see where it takes it, man. Like, you know what I mean? This is like it's getting these streams, streams, revenue streams, everything, and just to not it's not just because of money. I feel like it's more than that because it's the jewels of that you can do this. And we documenting it, and like it might not be hot right now, but that's why like you can post it and put stuff on social media. You document the journey.
It's historical.
Yeah, you can't show like maybe 5, 6, whenever it pops off, and you like, oh, how you did it. It's like we were dropping breadcrumbs the whole time.
Right, we was telling you. You asked me how again. I'm gonna point you to this video that I played. Yeah. Right. Did you watch the fireside chat with me and Brendan West?
Yeah.
I told you how. Go look at that, and then ask me other questions after that.
Yeah. Move on to the next thing. Yeah, like not just how did man, bro. But it's so funny, and it's just because. And I mean, like, not even to bring it back, but just to bring it back to so impactful how Nipsey was. It's like, that is the same kind of motive. Like, he was dropping shit. He said he picked it up in a liquor store, bro. Like, he was dropping that shit. He had that. He was dropping it already.
Yeah, man.
Like,
and that's some independent grind music.
Yeah. Music
strategies to, like, put your music in consignment places.
Yeah.
Shouts out Rita. But yeah, having your music in consignment in a liquor store and having your stuff like just available for you directly to market to your people is such an independent independent rap thing to do. And I'm like, just being from the Bay, just from Oakland, just like people did that. And that was like the model of what was dope. Anyways, it was doper than what was available on the frequencies. You know what I mean? It was just shit that was being sold by the guy over here or guy over there. And so I already had like a heightened exposure to that. And so now I'm looking at ways to even implement that into the I mean, that's another part of where some of that came from, and even that appreciation for Nip.
Yeah.
Back then, to see his shit in the consignment, I'm like, oh, he doing it like that. Oh, he doing the Too Short thing. He doing the E40 thing. He getting it in like that.
Yep.
And so, you know what I mean? It's the same thing, you know what I mean? How we find different ways to give people access to our art, man. And the barcodes, man. The barcodes made that shit really nuts, man. Like the barcodes, man, wow.
Yeah, wow. The barcode shit, but yeah. But
man,
it's different. It's just different ways, man, to do it, and it's just like it's strange. Maybe that's why we fuck with each other, because that's exactly my whole, not my model, just my mentality of you were in the Bay, but when the people that I was looking at like when No Limit started, like how Master P came up, and you heard that his story of this come up.
Hey, that was in the Bay too.
Oh, word.
Yeah, it was Richmond, California.
Oh shit!
Yeah. That's where he like first got his music. Like, like that's where he like got his out the trunk.
Yeah,
it was such a hot market. You know what I mean, for that type of activity.
Yeah, see, I didn't know the location, but I just knew the story of how he did it, and then how others did it, like T.I. and shit, like how they came up and doing it, and that I already knew that that was even though it's longer, even though it's harder. That's the road that I was going to take, and I use that model for everything. Like I'm going to get it from the mud. I'm going to do it myself, and I'm just going to put those things in there because I know, I might be shelling money out. I might be losing or making very little profit, but in the long run, you're going to own everything that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And if you believe in it, anyways, I'd rather take a little longer and learn every step of it. That way, I don't get played. And that's another thing, man. Just There are some real, not in a positive way, players, man. There's some real people out there,
right? That's playing games.
Their own shit,
right?
Right.
And that's another that is another reason why, like, even though it's a harder road, and you see other people getting certain things certain ways, and it's like, damn, I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Usually, when you talk to them and when you ask them, that shit is like being administered by somebody else that is like not them. And so it's like not much ownership, you know. It's not much real independence in these circumstances. And so, just chapping along, I know it's even dope to even be trying some of these experimental things on this small scale that we doing it on, because I know once things get more once more gets infused into the situation,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, the impact and the experience will already be measured. You know what I mean? And
It
so
is.
it'll be more precise.
I can't express that enough to people that is invaluable. It's invaluable, man, because you're gonna to know yourself and know what works with yourself. You've done all the work already. So that's why when you do pop, you ain't gonna get in no goofy ass situation to make you look stupid, or maybe like they used you and then they used you for this little split second and they got what they needed out of you. You worked your ass off all the way up to get to that point, and then now you old news because they played you to the left. And now that shit, you looking goofy as fuck. You already know yourself. You come in a situation, you're like, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not gonna. I already know what works. I already know where I want to go. So
right.
But it's some people take that medicine, some people don't. Some people just want to get on. And I ain't mad at that. Just know what you're doing. But like, I can't do that. I just can't. I won't. So.
Nah, man, I feel that, man.
My heroes didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the when I envision myself, like I want a career like that. Like that's how I want it. And so.
Yeah, like the real longevity is in that, and then you don't have to worry about getting penalized. I mean, you just own everything; it's yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you have to wait or for permission for anybody to do things.
Yeah.
You're moving on your own accord. Like I hear things like when I hear about people on a label, I'm like, like. Their album's getting shelved. They can't release an album. I'm like, what do you mean you can't release an album? You know?
Yeah.
What do you mean they said you can't release it? Like, put it out.
Yeah.
What's to stop you from releasing your own album? Like, you got
Yeah.
the music, it's yours. Oh, but it ain't yours. They got contracts and the shit that say, like,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's weird how that shit be. But I'll be like, we'll put it out anyways and then make them put it out. You know what I mean? It is like, how did you get into that predicament where it's like you can't put your shit out because it's not yours, but it's yours.
But it's yours.
It's you, but it's you.
Yeah.
How is that making sense?
It don't make sense. But then also it comes up from our DNA. Comedy is just like that. Like we're fiercely independent like that too.
Same thing. You trying to get it in with the clubs or production things, and it's like, like you trying to be on a TV production, you get really no ownership of that. You sign that over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You sign hella shit over. A lot of times you don't even get at the club. You don't even get the footage. They be owning the footage of the shit that you did at the club. And it's like, wait, what? How you own that?
Yeah.
And that's me. And you paid me what? Did you pay me for that? You paid me for the performance, but did you pay me for the ownership and perpetuity?
No. Nah, they didn't.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, it is wild. It is.
And then some shit like, some people at least let you have your footage, but some people do this, let you have your footage and you do what you want with it, but we gonna do what we want with it. And then some people are like, you gotta pay us for the footage and we gonna do what we want with the footage. Flappers is one of them where it's like, nigga, and if they be telling you can't use the footage is not yours, and I'm like, nigga, I will gank the footage. I will rip the footage off of your footage you tried to use somewhere and then repost it, and I double dog dare you to try to get me to take it down or get them to take it down.
Yeah.
Because how you know that my shit ain't even ownership in perpetuity of my albums that's copywritten?
Yeah.
Bow. Bitch.
Man, bro, I'm
now what?
Now
jig that. Now I can come at you for you know what I'm saying? I can pull that at any moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And though the footage, you own the footage, but the material on the footage, you're not really licensed to be releasing like that.
Nah, hell no. And
and neither was Anye to sign it over because he didn't get expressive release. He didn't get written consent from Anye Malik. Anye didn't get consent from Anye Malik to even be telling you that you could even be doing that. No, that's crazy. Now legally that ain't really. I don't think that'll work out. But I wish a motherfucker would. You know what I'm saying? Really have a problem with. But they try though. They try to do these little things.
That's what I'm saying. What kind of game is that? Where is that in any other part of the game where you sit there and do something for their performance, and they might give you, and then you go and pay for the shit. Like, come on, bro. And then, I'm gonna keep the shit. And
right.
they I know what they be doing. They be waiting till you pop, and then they want to sell that shit or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe at an off night or something like that, man. We'll look with them back and blah blah blah. It's like, bro, like,
right. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a blessing is really what it is.
Yeah.
And you know, it's one of the things that I'm fortunate. I feel fortunate to be able to move in this observation, in this direction. Just so things look exactly how they are and I can move around them. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. What up, Storm? Storm said they do that shit in rap showcases too. So yeah, they be doing that shit. Everybody got that little trick. Like you be performing there, they be fucking flipping your shit. Man, come on, bro. That's like we can't bring that past 2020 no more, man. Because it's just too many digitally ways that you can flip that and stream that shit and whatever and make any kind of you can make any kind of narrative you want.
Yeah, man. And that's the other thing too. It's like I think acting and writing with that kind of opens you up to creating other types of possibilities. And then just going for that is the shit, man. And I'm actually, man, I'm getting hella distracted by hella shit that's pulling at me, man. So let me just I'm not even gonna lie, man. Hella shit is getting at me right now this Wednesday afternoon, and so, man, let me just you know what I'm saying, clear up the bandwidth of myself and because I'm gonna see you in a minute any damn ways.
Yeah.
And so so let me just you know what I'm saying, can you shout out all your shit, man, all your shit that you want everybody to know about right now?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, bwestf50. Anything clothes-wise, westwestclothing.com. Check that out. You'll see Collection 2's on there. You'll see there's still some things from Collection 1. And we got the Anya Malik West collection. You can go on a tab and see that and see everything that we're going to be posting up there. And like I said, July 2nd, I'm dropping the second pack of Collection 2. And then we're going to go on from there, man. Like, that's really what it is, man. Just going on the journey.
And shouts out, man. Appreciate you, man. And don't forget, AnyaMalik.com, ANYMALIK.com.
Nice.
That's where you can get the pre-order for the new album coming up. 6ix9ine Malik's XX, Hilarity, Technology, and Sex, recorded, produced in quarantine, featuring the styles of West Clothing. But if you pre-order it, it's coming out July 1st. Pre-order it, and you get access to the promo codes. If this is after July 1st and you watching this, once I move this interview somewhere else, if you're watching it after July 1st, get that on, it's available. It'll be available. You can still go to AnyaMalik.com and get the access for that. And then I think those promo codes it'll be I think we'll probably have the physical package promotion maybe up and running by then too. So you know what I mean? So tap in, AnyaMalik.com. Thanks for checking out this fireside. I'm gonna keep saying fireside chat, man. I'm fucking with the fireside chat. I need to think of a different name other than the fireside, the side fire chat. Fuck it, it's a side fire.
Side fire chat.
Yeah, just do the reversal. Do the side. You like fireside, I like side fires. You know what I'm saying? I don't be by the side of the fire. The fire be on the side of me.
Yeah,
what I got going on. Yeah.
You got a main fire, then you got that side fire.
Oh shit. Gotta go.